Hi there, hope everybody's doing well. So I think I alluded to in one of my previous videos, I do a lot of reading on investing in finance, newspapers, books, newsletters, magazines, blogs, and we'll get into some of that material as this channel progresses. But around the holidays, I like to get back to the basics and read some of the investment classics that I read years ago, just to brush up on the fundamentals, just to brush up on the basics of investing. And I think it's a good practice. And for those who are starting out in investing, your first stop should be The Intelligent Investor by a guy named Benjamin Graham. Now, who was Benjamin Graham? Benjamin Graham was the guy who taught Warren Buffett how to invest. He was Warren Buffett's teacher. He was his mentor. I think Warren Buffett actually worked for him for a few years out of college. And this is the guy who actually taught Warren Buffett how to look at companies and to value them and to invest. And whenever I read this book, the three things that refresh in my mind are, number one, whenever you're buying a stock, you're not buying a ticker symbol or a ticker on a screen. You're buying a company. You're buying a business, and you become a part owner in that business, right? So you want to ensure that the business model, the management, the products, the distribution systems they're all sound. That these companies do business in a rational and do business with integrity. And so it'll talk about that. The second thing that Benjamin Graham talks about is you want to buy with a margin of safety. And what does that really mean? That just means that you want to buy at a price that limits your downside, and whereas your upside is multiples of what you could lose, right? So you want to buy something that gives you an asymmetric return, where downside is limited, but the upside is unlimited. And so how do you value companies? How do you value a business? It'll teach you the basics of that. And then the third thing, which I think is the most important as an individual investor, and one where you have an advantage over all the institutions out there, is that it introduces the character of Mr. Market, which I'm sure you've heard of. Mr. Market is a guy who is schizophrenic, right? Sometimes he's euphoric one day and then he's despondent the next day. So if you can actually take advantage of those mood swings, you can do very well, because you can control your emotions and you can have patience. And those are probably two of the biggest advantage that an individual investor will have over any other institution. So again, if you're first starting out, pick up The Intelligent Investor. It's a great read, and it's a great start if you're just learning how to invest.